This conference will now be recorded.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Tonight, notice is hereby given that the town of Wilmington, County of Essex, New York is considering the adoption of a proposed local law number 1 for the year 2025, a local law to authorize overriding the property tax limit established by municipal law section 3-C for the 2026 Wilmington budget. Further notice is given that pursuant to a resolution adopted by the Wilmington Town Board on October 29th, a public hearing will be held by the Wilmington Town Board on November 6th at 6 p.m. at the Community Center, Town of Wilmington, 7 Community Circle, Wilmington, New York, at which time and place all persons interested in the matter of such proposed law will be heard concerning the same. Copy of the local law will be available for inspection during regular business hours and may be viewed at the website. So I hereby declare that the public hearing is open for proposed local law. Does anybody in the public want to discuss it?
I just wondered, I reviewed the whole thing and.
Let me just for a moment. This is Michelle Preston. You have to identify yourself for the public hearing.
I reviewed the whole thing, and unless I missed it, is there somewhere that we can tell what money is proposed to be taken out of the occupancy funds?
That's for the budget hearing, which will be at the close of this one. So this is just to consider whether we're going to override our tax cap, which the answer is no. But for purposes of being careful, we're following the law, and we've got a local law drafted like every year. And this is just a public hearing to whether the public would want to be heard on that. But thank you. We'll be there in a few minutes. We'll be there in a few minutes. Okay, so hearing nothing from the public, any comments from the board before we close the public hearing? Okay, so I'm going to declare this public hearing is closed. The next public hearing will begin in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes at 6:50. Thank you.
We want to show the recording.
Just guess if I get fruity.
Okay.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Thank you very much. No, we've already opened the meeting, taken down the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you very much. This is the 6:15 on the 6th of November, 2025. Please take notice that the Town Board of the Town of Wilmington will hold a public hearing located at the Community Center, 7 Community Circle, Wilmington, New York, on Thursday, November 6, 2025, at 6:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in relation to the preliminary budget 2026 and certain elected officials' salaries. At such time and places, all persons interested in the subject matter thereof will be heard concerning the same. Copies of the preliminary budget are available at the Community Center during regular business hours or at the town website, www.townofwilmington.org. Written comments and questions can be mailed to P.O. Box 180, Wilmington, New York. So this is this notice also gave the notice of what the proposed elected official salaries in the preliminary budgets were. I'm going to read those. Elected officials are 4 counselors. The total sum proposed is $24,066. The town justice, there's 1, it's $10,910. The supervisor is 1, that's $32,533. There are 3 assessors. for which $21,966 is proposed. The town clerk is one at $29,832, and the highway superintendent is one at $67,073. So that is the reading of the notice. I hereby declare the public hearing open. If anybody would like to talk about the budget or have any questions, please kindly identify yourself for the record, and I will take them.
Okay, now.
Oh, Michelle Preston.
Michelle Preston. So before it started, I did get one of my questions answered as far as what the items are that are being paid out of the occupancy tax funds. After a quick review of them, I will say there's a couple of them that I agree with. One of which being the sidewalks. I think that's good use of the money. And beautification, the beach concerts, although I thought that they, a lot of times would pay, or they should pay for themselves out of donations, but I know that doesn't always happen. But I think those three things in particular are good use of the funds. And even doing the skating rink, because we have a lot of people from outside the town that come and use it, I think that's good use. My concern is trying to offset our budget and relying on occupancy tax funds, because those are not guaranteed. And I think that we're being very poor stewards of our money by just assuming that we're going to have that money every year. And eventually it's going to catch up to us, especially when I look at the budget and it shows that we're estimating an increase in the revenue from the STRs. I don't believe that that's going to continue to happen. I believe that putting the cap on it, we've set what we're going to have. And I believe that some of the people are going to get discouraged and they're going to stop renting their houses. And if we don't have the tourism in town like we've had in the past, we're not going to have the tourists coming, so people aren't going to be renting their houses out like they were before. So I have a huge concern with the fact that we're using and allocating funds to offset our budget that we may not have later on. And so it's going to catch up to us, and then you're not going to have it in the budget, and then you're worried, or some people are worried about going over the 2% tax cap now. What happens when all of a sudden you have to really skyrocket it because you're no longer having the consistent budget, all of a sudden it's going to skyrocket. So just letting you know that I just want it on record that I don't think that that's appropriate use of the funds to offset the town budget.
I've already stated those same exact feelings.
I'm just want it back on the record that I just think it's poor use of, it's just bad business practice to use.
After doing a budget for 18 years, I totally agree, but
practice, and it's going to catch up to us eventually. It's just not, it's not right. There are some things that money should be used for, and adding sidewalks and stuff is a great thing to do with it. Beautification is great. Beach concerts are great. There are certain things that are definitely worth it, but I just think to offset when you're talking salaries or anything else that you want to be a consistent thing every year in the budget, it's not right. And then I do have some other questions, particularly, let me find it. It was for the Parks and Recreation. I was confused about the two positions, although I can't find my paper right now.
Page 6.
Page 6. Yes, so what was the deputy and like, what's going on with that? The two positions and the prices or their salaries?
Yes, so what happened this year, we ended up, one of the things, the challenges that the town faces is weekend coverage. Our beach is very busy. We had a lot of visitors and tourists. And we basically, what the town really could benefit from is a real seasonal person who picks up Thursdays through Mondays or whatever it is, and is able to work by themselves. Now we're trying to transition from, we've been using somebody comes in the summer times and helps the two regulars out. But it was kind of like, I'll do the dump run on, Sunday mornings kind of stuff. So this year we attempted to get, and it worked out okay. But the ideal is to have somebody who really will just be able to do a lot of the same things as Ashton or John, but only on the weekends when we're so busy. I mean, all of our garbage has got to get taken away. And we put out one portage on by the Visitors Bureau this year, and maybe we could use two. I mean, we get that many people coming into town, and so it's spread out this way right now because I think we're going to transition towards, I think the town would benefit from transitioning towards a seasonal employee like that, and it's using bed tax money for the second person, primarily because it's not locals who are using the places over the weekends. We have a lot of events, a lot of cleanup, and it's perfectly appropriate for the town to use bed tax money because this is part of the tourism cost of tourism to the town. And I think it's designed to help us offset those costs. So that's the explanation for this year. And what Nicole done a really good job with is she's teased out all of these things so people can see it a little clearer now, right?
Right.
A lot of this, you're here.
Part of
Go ahead.
that, Michelle, and I don't know if maybe this is what you're asking too, is in the 25 budget. Labor 1 and Labor 2 was all in the deputy position for the 69.5.
Right.
This year, Nicole broke them out to 3 different things.
Gotcha.
So we could see what each one was rather than being all lumped into one category.
Yes, that's definitely helpful then, okay. Yeah, because it looks like all of a sudden Deputy 2 got a major.
It's just the way that, yeah.
Well, you didn't like his job.
No soup for you.
Yeah. And then the other, it's just a question that I just don't know why I don't ever remember seeing it on there, is, wherever it was, the $350 for veterans services on page 5. What is that for?
That's always been there.
I just assumed that
It's
was for
flags for the cemetery.
Oh, okay. So along
Right.
with that,
Yeah.
just because I don't know if everyone knows or not, the money that was given from when the American Legion closed, that was given for more of the veteran banners and stuff. Do you guys know about that?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Okay. So when, was it American Legion that was not stable?
Yeah,
Yes.
tribal group.
When they closed, they gave funds to different places. And Roy got the money, I believe he gave it to the Visitors Bureau. That could be used in the future for more banners. So I'm just kind of, all that was on my brain, that, if you guys want to do a banner program again, then the money's there somewhere. It's out there somewhere, that's all I know.
And does that be used specifically for banners or can it be used for like
Well,
supplies and
That's
things
a
like
Roy
that?
question, I can't remember. But it's veteran somehow, so that's why I was thinking.
Thank you. Anybody else with questions? Thank you, Michelle.
Is our time to talk now or after?
After we get questions, if they finish with questions, and then the board can talk. Anybody else? Thank you very much. So I'm going to invite members of the board if they want to say something now. Go right ahead.
So I had brought it up at the last meeting and kind of what Michelle was saying now as far as staying under the tax cap and stuff. I think we should give the employees the 5% that they were asking for, because next year, I think the budget is going to be super tight, and next year they might only get a 2% raise. It's hard to say. And to stay up with some of the other towns that we continue to lose employees to, I think it's a good idea to do that. but I would not propose raising the budget at this point. I'm gonna go along with Tim's suggestion and raise the sales tax revenue, the $8,900 or thereabouts to cover that other increase in salaries. And basically, we still stay at the 1.98%, but it gives them what they asked for in the budget rather than us cutting it down to 4.
Okay, so so the process is we're taking public comments on this budget. We'll have another meeting to discuss a final budget as a board. I'm hoping it's next Wednesday's meeting. Darren is making he made a suggestion at the preliminary budget to review the employee request for the 5%.
I thought we had to pass it tonight
Oh, no, just public hearing.
because normally I thought we passed the budget right after the
We
public hearing.
normally did, but that's not the way they're doing it this year.
No, to me, it's like public hearing and then we just go ahead and pass it. I mean, did we
That's
actually
what I'm saying.
listen to the public? I mean, no,
There was no comments, really.
I understand. Well, I will be, here's my position on what Darren said, is I would be willing to increase the raise for full-time employees to 5%. I would keep the elected officials flat at 4%, but keep them at no changes. And so that would require somebody to calculate for us what the difference is, what we would need to change the revenue from sales tax, because it's not a full 5% increase in the payroll costs. Because I'm all for giving the employees 5%, but elected officials forget about it. 4% is very generous.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so, but we'd have to have somebody calculate that for us.
Now, is it legal for us to use that sales tax money for that?
Of course,
I gotta ask.
sales tax, town of Plattsburgh
It's just
doesn't,
a revenue. That's
Yeah,
just offset.
town of Plattsburgh doesn't even have a property tax.
We're not
It's all
actually using
sales
the
tax.
money for that. It's just a revenue that comes in,
Isn't that nice?
as long as the
Plattsburgh?
numbers balance.
They don't even charge property tax in Plattsburgh, it's all sales tax. So, yeah, we can do this for general fund stuff, there's no conditions or strings attached to it. Yeah, so that's what I would be happy to accept. And then we could create a final budget. And I planned on putting it on the agenda for Wednesday. We can do it till, you have that little list there.
Yep, we have, it has to be adopted by November 20th.
So that's my proposal. Tina, what do you think of that?
I agree with that. Provided them for.
Totally fine with that.
Okay, what's that?
Totally fine with that.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll come up with a draft one with those changes. So the revenue will be affected by the 5% for the employees, and so and elected officials just stay at 4, unless they're willing to do less, but I don't see it. And then so we'll be meeting again on Wednesday. And I'll put that on the agenda. And the other thing on the agenda for Wednesday is I had intended to do some budget amendment housekeeping so that we get these things to balance out a little better. So thank you for coming for the public hearing. Thanks, Michelle. Michelle, I just will say, I'm going to say this. So one of the big expenditures for the bed tax money was the beach lifeguards. And we need a lot of lifeguards because of so many people and stuff like that. That was what, I think, to me, if we want a smaller beach, which I'm not opposed to.
Somebody want a second closing the meeting?
What's that?
Somebody want a
I do
second
agree
closing the
with-
meeting?
Did I make a motion to close it yet?
I thought you did.
No, this is the close of the public hearing. I'm talking right now. Thank you.
But with what you brought up about, not guaranteeing that money, Darren and I have said that's over, because you can't guarantee it.
Nope.
It's changing practically.
Oh, it's gonna get changed again. So, thank you. Motion to close everything.
Make it.
Darren, second, Tina.
Second.
All right, any comments or problems? All in favor? Aye. Thank you very much, everyone.
It's 6:30.
There you go.